Hello everyone, my name is Max, and I'm outside, sitting out here on the driveway, and so as you obviously can see, this is the my Stanley Cup playoff second round predictions, and yeah. By the way, if you hear any wind, sorry, I'm outside. It's nice out. That's beside the fact. Okay, let's start in the West. So we have the Phoenix Coyotes versus the Nashville Predators. So last night they played the first second round game was last night, and Phoenix came out on top after overtime for the for I don't even know how many times, but it's been a few times that Phoenix has won in the playoffs in overtime. And here you can see on the chart, it's I'm pretty sure Phoenix is on top. Yeah, they're three, and Nashville is four, and they both have amazing goaltenders. Jonathan Quick for no wait, no, that's not him. That's L.A. I always get them mixed up. Whatever. The Phoenix goaltender is really good. His name is Michael something. I don't remember his last name. And Pecorine is amazing. And so I think this series will come down to goaltending because Pecorine will help Nashville maybe take it, maybe they won't. And Phoenix's goaltender is amazing. And so was their old goaltender named Mr. Ilya Brizgalov, and you can see how he's been doing. But once again, that's besides the point. And so, in my opinion, I think this is a pretty tied up series here. Okay then. So apparently there's a dog barking outside. No, the outside noises. I'm sure there's a crow picking up, but anyway, let's probably go inside. So yeah, I think that I don't know who's going to take it, but once I go to the next slide, you will see who I believe will win. And then the next series, St. Louis Blues versus Los Angeles Kings. I think that once again the goaltending, it comes down to that. Once again, a lot of these series come down to goaltending, including the next couple ones. So Jonathan Quick, that is LA, and Elliot, I forget what his first name. I'm forgetting everyone's names. I know what their names are before, but now I'm having brain farts and I don't remember who they are. But I personally would like to see Los Angeles win because they have two of my team's former players. They have Mike Richards and Jeff Carter, and those are some lucky grabs for them. And they should be lucky and be happy that they have them because they are amazing players, along with Kopitar and all their other players. But on the St. Louis side, they've been doing amazing this season. In the regular season, I was pretty sure they were going to win the President's Trophy, but Vancouver came out on top, and you know who beat them? The LA Kings in 5 games. So clearly, the LA offense is a force to be reckoned with. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that one. And now the big one, the Rangers versus the Caps. It is going to be an interesting series, especially because once again it comes down to goaltending. Henrik Lundqvist is amazing. He has probably his best season of his entire life this season, bringing the once low-ranking New York Rangers on top and coming in first in the Eastern Conference, which is pretty amazing if I do say so myself. And the Caps, which are usually a good team, but they came in 7th seed because probably because the Rangers have come on top. The Caps should have first place, but Rangers do. And oh my god, that dog is so annoying. That rookie goaltender for the Capitals, Braden Brian, I don't know, Brian. I'll just call him Holtby. Yeah, Holtby. He is amazing. I don't know. He was on the Hershey Bears, which I actually live pretty near Hershey. I'm about 2 hours away from Hershey, but yeah, I've seen him play in the AHL, and he's just as good as he is now. It's amazing how a rookie can go up against the veteran, former Stanley Cup winning Tim Thomas and the entire Boston Bruin team, and they actually came back, and or they didn't really come back, but they really just dominated the Bruins. And so I think I'm pretty sure you can already figure out who my team is if you haven't figured it out already. But so I obviously do not want the Rangers to win, and also the Ranger offense is looking pretty. It's not looking too good. Gaborik is not. It's not playing its Gaborik, and Callahan. I really don't know him too much, but all I know is that freaking birds. They they're not playing as good as they did in the regular season. So maybe Holtby can hold his ground, stand his ground, and actually beat the New York offense. And so I actually want the Capitals to win, and we'll see. And the big one for me, the Philadelphia Flyers versus the New Jersey Devils. And so my team is the Flyers. If you haven't figured it out already, I'm actually having my Flyers hat on as I speak, and outside in the freezing cold weather of April the 28th near Philadelphia. That's besides the point. I'm just blabbing, but I think this is uh, a pretty what's the word? A pretty decided matchup. If the New Jersey Devils almost lose to the Florida Panthers, who haven't been in the playoffs for almost 10 or over 10 years, that is not a good sign for them. And the Flyers completely just destroyed the Penguins. I don't know how they did it, how they overcame the Penguins, but they did. And even the Penguins were the Stanley Cup favorites. They were expected to win the Stanley Cup, and they didn't. So, and they lost to the Flyers in the first round. I actually thought the Flyers were going to lose that one. And so, if they can beat the Penguins, I'm almost 100% sure they can beat the Devils. And plus, the Devils' defense isn't looking too good, and Grandpa Brodeur isn't looking too good either. He's starting to lose his touch. It's been 12 years since the 2000 Stanley Cup win for the Devils, and 12 years is a long time, Mr. Brodeur. You're starting to look a little bit rusty. So that is the second round. So now I'm actually going to show you what I predict to be the third round, or the conference finals. Once I switch this, I can't see my mouth. There's not that. Okay, here we go. The Caps will beat the Rangers, and the Flyers will beat the New Jersey Devils. Holy crap, you can hear that plane. Yeah, my house is right over a freaking airline traffic. It's ridiculous. Just listen to it. What the heck? That's an interesting looking plane. Okay, sorry about that. The Capitals will beat the Rangers because the Capitals, like Semin, Ovechkin, they are on fire. They are doing great. They're doing what they were signed for, and I think that they will overcome Henrik Lundqvist. I hate the man. I hate him with a passion, and I think that the great offense of the Rangers will break down against Braden Holtby, or whatever his name is. And in the West, the 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 Nashville Predators will overcome the Phoenix Coyotes. Even though the Coyotes won last night, I still think that Pekka Rinne will step up his game. He said, okay, it's been a little bit since we last played. I think we need to take a step back. Don't go out. Because I'm sure they think that Phoenix is going to be a simple opponent, and when they're really not, they are quite the underdogs, and no one really knew what was gonna happen with them this postseason. So I think that but Nashville, they will overcome them. I'm gonna say in a couple games, or I don't think it'll go to 7. I'm gonna say 6. Maybe the Coyotes will win the first two at home, and the Nashville will win four in a row. LA versus St. Louis, I think St. Louis will win. Even though even though I like the Kings much better than I do the Blues, I still think the Blues will come out on top on this one. And so now I'm going to continue on. Okay, so I'm going to continue on to the Stanley Cup. This is who I think will make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Bam. Nashville and Philly. I know it's probably really biased for me to say. Well, it's kind of cold, that's why I kind of had the little thing going on, but it's probably really very, very biased for me to say that Philly will make it to the Stanley Cup. But with Giroux and Hartnell and Yager and Briere and Voracek and all these players that just can generate offense. I mean, Gustafsson, even though Fleury was pretty bad, he still scored a goal. The rookie defenseman that no one ever hears about scored a goal. So that shows you that the offense and the defense is pretty good on the Philadelphia side. And I think that Giroux and all those high-scoring players on the Flyers will, especially if they get on power play, they will beat Holtby as long as Mr. Brizgalov steps up his game, and says, "No, you will not pass into my net. I will play like I did for Phoenix. I will play like I did in March, and I will beat the Devils and eventually the Capitals." And Nashville, hands down, will easily beat the Blues. Nashville is too good of a team to lose to the Blues. And so at that point, it is very, 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 very difficult to pick out who will win against it in the series, because both these teams have amazing offense and amazing defense. So it's going to be very tough to predict who will win the Stanley Cup. And of course, I'm going to say the Flyers just because they're my team. But of course, I'm actually not 100% sure. The Nashville deserves a cup, even though so does the Philadelphia, because they've tried so many times and they haven't. But Nashville, I don't think, has ever made it or even won a cup yet. So yeah, that's what I think about the Stanley Cup playoffs from now on. And I hope, and I'm praying that tomorrow on Sunday the Flyers will beat the Devils at home, and everything will happen. And so, thanks for watching, and I hope you liked the outside nature noises from my garage. So, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.